In this video, we discuss why taking Social Security at age 65 for most people is the wrong move. Coming up next on Holy Schmidt.
Holy Schmidt!
In this video, we're going to talk about one of the most important decisions you can make for your financial future, and that is when to take Social Security. This single decision will affect your money for the rest of your life, so it does make sense to spend time considering exactly when to take Social Security. By the end of this video, you'll understand the key facts around taking Social Security, how your age affects your benefits, and you'll be in a better position to make that all-important decision. There are two big decisions that you need to make when you enter retirement. The first is what type of Medicare plan you want to sign up for, and the second is when to take Social Security. The first one is a little bit more forgiving than the second, frankly, because you can make different decisions at different points in time. However, your decision about when to take Social Security is permanent. So the question comes up, should you take it early? Should you take it at full retirement age? For most of you, that's about age 67. Or should you take it late? With that as a backdrop, you might feel a little bit stressed going into this video, but the important thing here is to relax because we're going to go through it step by step, which will help you make that decision and make it much easier, frankly. First, let's start off with understanding your Social Security retirement options. For those that are the primary insured, which means you're the earner and your Social Security payment is based on your earnings, you can take it as early as age 62. But should you? Should you take it at 62? Should you take it at 65? Should you take it at full retirement age? Or should you take it at age 70? Or somewhere in between? Each choice has its pros and cons, and it's based on your individual situation. But there's one thing I can tell you for certain. When you choose to take Social Security should not be based on when your friend chooses to take Social Security. Let's look at the facts so you can make the best choice for your own needs. Again, we limit our partners to 2 or 3 on this channel, and we consider these partners the best in the businesses that they're in. One of those partners is Chapter. Chapter is a Medicare Advisor. They have access to over 24,000 plans. They save their clients an average of $1,100 per year, and the best part is that they're totally free to you. So if you have questions about Medicare or you just want a second opinion, give them a call at 440-703-1224 to see if they can help you out. I'll leave the number up above for the rest of this video so that you don't need to stop the video, and I'll also put it in the description below. Now back to the video. Many people believe that 65 is the standard retirement age in this country. And the reason is frankly because Medicare requires in most cases that you start at age 65. 65 used to be the age that people started taking Social Security, but with advances in medical technology, a better understanding of how Social Security works and things like break-even points and family history, 65 really isn't the age that most people take Social Security anymore. Some take Social Security at full retirement age. For most of you, that's either going to be 66 years and 10 months or age 67, depending on when you were born. If you were born 1960 or later, it's age 67. 1954 or earlier, it's age 66. But if you're watching this video, there's a good chance that you haven't started taking Social Security yet, and so therefore for you, it's probably age 67. And just to be clear, full retirement age is the age that you can receive 100% of your Social Security payment. If you take it earlier, it's going to be less. If you wait until age 70, it can be as much as 124%. Let's talk about taking it earlier because there's an interesting data point here. You can take Social Security as early as age 62, but your benefits will be cut to 70% of what you would receive at full retirement age. And just to be super clear, that reduction is permanent. It doesn't go up at full retirement age. A lot of people think that if they take it early, they have a reduced payment until full retirement age, but no, they have a reduced payment for the rest of their lives. For example, if you receive $2,100 per month at age 67, you would receive $1,470 per month at age 62. That's a huge difference. Over the next 20 years, it's $151,200. And that's before the adjustment to either the payment at age 62 or the deferred payment at age 67 with the cost of living adjustment. The difference becomes much greater when you add the COLA adjustments to them. On the flip side, if you wait past full retirement age, again, if you are the primary insured, you receive 8% more per year from age 67 to age 70. That means you can get up to 124% of your full retirement age Social Security payment. If your full retirement age benefit is $2,100 per month, that means you receive $2,604 at full retirement age, again, plus the cost of living adjustments to that base. And by the way, just to be super clear, there's no benefit to waiting past age 70. So even if you're still working at age 70, you should claim your Social Security benefits by then. But the question remains, does it make sense to take smaller checks earlier or larger checks later? To figure out whether to claim early or late, we need to look at the break-even analysis. Now, frankly, this isn't my favorite way to look at when to claim Social Security, but it's quite useful here. Break-even is the point where the total benefits you receive by waiting starts to exceed the total benefits you receive by claiming early. One of those points is typically the full retirement age 67, let's say, and the other is when you're planning on or considering taking Social Security. And just to give you some rough numbers, you don't need to do the calculation, but if you claim Social Security at age 62 versus age 67, break-even is at approximately age 78. At 78, you would have been better off taking Social Security at age 67. And if you claim at age 65, break-even isn't 78, it's 79. So you wait 3 additional years and your break-even point is 1 additional year forward. And going the other way, if you look at Social Security claiming at full retirement age versus age 70, your break-even is age 82, approximately age 82. So you wait 3 additional years to claim and your break-even point is 4 additional years in the future. That's what's called an asymmetric relationship. It doesn't look the same from age 62 to 65 or 62 to 67 as it does from 67 to age 70. And something to note here, the break-even analysis highlights why it's so important to know not only your own health, but your family history as well. Do you have a history of longevity in your family? Do you have people that have lived into their 90s? Are you fit? Are you not fit? Are one or both of your parents still alive? How long did your grandparents live? Or do your family members have a shorter lifespan? Do you have a health condition that might affect your life expectancy? If you expect to live well into your 80s or even into your 90s or beyond, waiting to claim Social Security might make financial sense. You'll get larger checks and you'll have more time with those larger checks. Now let's talk about working while collecting Social Security benefits, because this is one that catches a lot of people out. And frankly, it is very relevant if you're going to be working past age 65, at least for this video. Here's something that many people don't realize. If you work while collecting Social Security, you may lose part of your benefits, at least temporarily. In 2025, if you're under full retirement age and you're working while collecting Social Security, for every $2 you earn over $23,400, you have to give $1 back to the SSA. That means if you're earning $43,400 in 2025, you need to give $10,000 back from your Social Security payments. This means that if you're working and earning a good salary, you're going to have to give part or maybe even all of your Social Security payment back. Now, the good news is that this is temporary. Once you reach full retirement age, you can earn $1 billion a year and you don't have to give any of it back. And once you reach full retirement age, if you have given anything back, it comes back to you in the form of a larger Social Security payment. And then there's the issue of paying taxes on Social Security, because in 1983 and before, people did not pay taxes on their Social Security payment, even if they made a lot of money from Social Security. If they waited until age 70 and they received a very large Social Security payment, they didn't pay taxes on it. But that changed in 1983, and now a lot of people do pay taxes on Social Security. There's a whole formula on how to calculate what you're going to pay taxes on with Social Security. It's using something called combined income. It's beyond the scope of this video, but I do have other videos on this point if you want to know more about this. What this does mean is that Social Security isn't tax-free for a lot of people, and that becomes a big shock when people go into retirement. And while we're talking about taxes on Social Security, a lot of states still do tax Social Security. There are 9 states, in fact, that tax Social Security. Those states are Colorado, Connecticut, Minnesota, Montana, New Mexico, Rhode Island, Utah, Vermont, and West Virginia. So if you live in one of those states, you need to factor in taxes on your Social Security. At least you need to do the calculation to determine if you're going to pay taxes on Social Security. There will be a lot of variables, of course, like your income and your age, but it's important to note what your state does with your Social Security payment. And while we're talking about income, let's talk about the interplay between your income and your Medicare costs. Let me begin with, for a lot of people, the age that they start receiving Medicare, age 65 in most cases, is a mental trigger that tells them if they haven't started taking Social Security by now, now is the time to do it. But that's not the case. But let me explain to you what happens here. Everybody has to make a payment to Social Security for Medicare Part B. And a lot of times, in fact, most of the time, it's taken from your Social Security payment. But people think that if they're not taking Social Security, they're not going to get Medicare Part B, and that's absolutely not the case. You can pay your Medicare Part B premium directly to the government. You don't need to be taking Social Security to do that. Importantly, that is not a decision point on when to take Social Security so that they can deduct it from your Social Security. If you decide that taking Social Security at age 65 is the right move for you, that should be a decision based on the other factors that we talked about, not because they can take the Medicare Part B premium from your check. But back to income. The amount of income doesn't just affect Social Security and whether you pay taxes on Social Security or if you have some of your Social Security given back to the government. It also affects the amount that you pay for Medicare Part B. Most people pay the standard premium for Medicare Part B. Medicare Part B covers doctor's visits and outpatient care. But some people pay more because they have a higher income. This extra charge is called the IRMAA, Income Related Monthly Adjustment Amount, and it applies to your Medicare Part B premium and also your Medicare Part D premium. That's the drug coverage. For 2025, if your individual income is in excess of $106,000 or $212,000 if you're married, you will pay higher Medicare premiums. This is another reason why you may not want to start taking Social Security early, because your overall income does matter when it comes to your Medicare Part B and Part D payments. Let's talk about how you can get more detail online. To make a sensible decision about when to take Social Security, it makes sense to know what your payment would look like or could look like at different ages. You can find that information at ssa.gov and look at the section that's labeled My Social Security. It's a secure website, of course, it's the government, and on ssa.gov, My Social Security, you can see what future estimates are for your Social Security payment. You can see what your Social Security benefits will look like at different ages, and importantly, you'll be able to look at your earnings history to make sure that it's correct. This tool is very useful for running various what-if scenarios, and frankly, it only takes a few minutes to set up. So what's the best age to claim? Well, there's no one right answer. It depends on your own situation, but I will tell you that age 65 is not the magic number, at least for Social Security. But here are some general considerations. If you're still working and earning a good income, it usually doesn't make sense to claim before full retirement age. You might lose some benefits due to the earnings test. If you need the money and have no other income sources, taking benefits early may be necessary, even though your monthly amount will be reduced. If you have other retirement savings and expect to live a long life, waiting until age 70 to maximize your monthly benefit often makes the most financial sense. If you're in poor health and don't expect to reach your late 70s, claiming earlier might be the best choice. When to claim Social Security is a crucial piece for almost everybody when it comes to retirement planning. The claiming decision shouldn't be taken lightly. It's one of the most important financial decisions you'll probably make. So take time to understand your options, play with the tool on ssa.gov, talk to a financial planner, a fee-only financial planner who acts as a fiduciary on your behalf if you want a second opinion. Think about your health, your family history, other income sources, and your tax decision. These 4 elements and others will inform your ultimate decision on when to take Social Security. If you're still struggling and you need more information, consider our free Social Security mini course. It's my free gift to you. You can find it at holyschmidt.com/mini-course. There's also a link in the description. And remember, what's right for your friend or your neighbor is not necessarily and probably isn't the right decision for you because they have different variables in their life than you have in yours. Also, if you have questions about Medicare, don't forget to call our partners at Chapter at 440-703-1224. Also, if you like this video, check out that video, 7 Good Reasons to File for Social Security at age 62. It has over 3 million views. This is Jeff Schmidt, and I will see you in that video right there.